Hello everybody! In the previous two videos we've been working on customizing this Create with Code Unit 3 project. We changed the... We went ahead and changed what the obstacles were to these unique cacti that I made in Maya, and we changed the background into an image that I created using Maya. But ultimately, you can use anything you want to create the background image. This week we're going to work on, this video, I should say, not this week, we're going to work on replacing the character. And very simply, this is an opportunity for me to show you how the asset store works in older versions of Unity. So I mentioned before, many weeks ago, that in older versions of Unity you would have to go online to access the asset store, but in older versions of Unity you can actually access the asset store right in the software itself. Ultimately, Unity decided that it was too big of a hassle and a slowdown to include the asset store in the program, which is why in current releases of Unity, in current versions of Unity, you're going to find that the asset store is no longer included in the software itself, and you have to go online to actually access it. Ultimately, I think it was the best move. But if you wanted to use older versions of Unity that had the asset store built in, you still have access to those. These are just Unity 2018 and before. Right now, what I'm doing is I'm importing in the adventure character because I'm going to be using the same working adventure character models that we were using last week when we were working with the 3D controller plus fly mode. I'm gonna go ahead and go through the same reverse engineering process to retrofit this adventure character with the animations of this Unit 3 player model. So I'm gonna go ahead, now that I have my my character here, I'm just going to go ahead, bring one of them in. Doesn't really matter which one. What does Man 3 look like? And why are they not showing up? Quick cut. I'm assuming because this is an older version of Unity that this asset package is not as compatible as it would be in newer versions of Unity, but it's no matter because I went ahead and fixed it anyway. I went ahead and just brought in the not any of the setup prefabs which aren't set up anymore. I just brought in the basic mesh, and then went ahead and unpacked the prefab for it, which by the way I can show you how to do right now just by putting this over here. I can go ahead and show you that whenever you bring a prefab out into a prefab that you brought in from Maya or somewhere else into Unity, you can go ahead and just right click the prefab right here in the hierarchy and just say unpack prefab, and you have the ability to actually play around with the mesh a little bit and prepare it for whatever you wanted to for whatever you wanted to do. So I went ahead and did that. I deleted some stuff that I didn't want on the man character, and then just went ahead and played around with the materials here until I matched everything up as it should be for the for this man character. I don't need this one anymore because I already have the one that I already finished working on. So now we get to move on to the part that we all know very, very well, which is the reverse engineering portion of this. Again, one of the biggest things you can do as a beginner in Unity is just reverse engineering other people's work. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to reverse engineer the animator, the rigid body, the box collider, the audio source, the player controller, and I'm going to do it very fast with no dialogue. So here we go. Okay, the man character is set up. Let's actually go ahead and play the scene now and see what it looks like when I have both of these characters here. I'm wondering what's going to happen, if anything. Oh, look, they're both running. They're both sharing the animations. That's great. Let's see what happens when we run into something. Oh, look at that. Only the first one crashes and the other one doesn't. That's interesting. Anyway, we don't need this main player anymore. We can go ahead and get rid of him. And now with this man mesh, we can go ahead and place this where the player was. And I think, is it going to just work? Oh, no, it's not. That's interesting. Why is that? Well, believe it or not, there is one thing that we overlooked. So we need to go into the player controller script. So let's go ahead and find our scripts here. And let's go to the player controller script. And you will notice that this is actually going to... If you go over the script in detail, you will see that this script is actually calling for something in the hierarchy called player. So it's not enough to just have the it's not enough to just tag this as player, which by the way I'm going to tag as player. As you'll see, it's still not going to actually work. We need to actually name this asset here player, and if we do that, then I believe yes, it works. Some scripts, names are extremely important in scripting. So you have to make sure that, especially if you're using other people's work, you review their scripts very carefully to find out what kind of nuances are in place there. For example, in this particular script, the only kind of player that can actually participate in the game is a player that is called player and nothing else. So we're going to go ahead and keep running. We're going to crash in. And the character's dead. We even had a unique animation for that, which is great. All right. So that covers this video on importing in and replacing the player with our own custom choice here. In this case, the man character. We could have also done this with the Maya mesh. Please refer to the week 8 video regarding importing in Maya meshes with rigs into Unity for these specific nuances on what you need to select in the inspector here, because it's not just as simple as just selecting the entire asset and bringing it into Unity. You have to make sure, first of all, that you export only the geometry and only the and only its rig. And then once you actually bring it into Unity, you need to make sure you select some specific settings in the inspector. There's a video that is available on week 8 that walks through all that. Even though this particular character didn't work out, it is still important to go through that process, especially for any rigged models that you may decide to bring in from Maya. But for now, we've gone ahead and customized this. We have changed the player character, we have changed the obstacles, we have changed the background to things that we have made ourselves. I just wanted to show you for this week that it's very, very easy and very, very powerful to reverse engineer other people's work to create, your own kinds of custom aesthetic experiences. So this is something that's very, very important for beginners in Unity, and I really just wanted to stress that through these first 3 videos this week. Our next video, we're going to go ahead and take a step back and do something a little bit different. We're going to be focusing on collectibles, but for this first set of videos, I hope that this little demonstration on how to customize your scene has been effective and perhaps inspiring to you to assist in to assist with whatever project you're working on in the future. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.